It's bad, isn't it? I do need a haircut, but I'm not going to cut it.
Your hair's terrible.
It's hat hair, man. Stepsister gave me a diffuser yesterday, so it's going to be even more curlier, and I'm going to get my proper curls.
Oh my god.
Can you wait, son?
Let us know if you're looking forward to seeing Jack's proper curls.
My luscious locks. I should be doing a L'Oreal advert on Head and Shoulders. Hit me up.
Napoleon in Egypt. Battle of the Pyramids. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yes.
If you want to go see extended content, go head over to our Patreon. That link's in the description box down below.
If you have seen the Napoleon film already, comment down below out of 10 what you recommend it is, or think it is.
Definitely.
1790.
We will get to it when we can.
A massive French invasion force sails across the Mediterranean.
Okay.
Royal Navy's bigger.
55,000 men aboard more than 300 ships, escorted by 13 ships of the line.
55,000 men on 13 ships. Wait, what?
The 120-gun L'Orient sails General Napoleon Bonaparte. France's celebrated hero of the war in Italy has received new orders from his government. He is to lead an expeditionary force east to Egypt, the wealthiest province of the Ottoman Empire. And to all educated Europeans, an ancient land of mystery and wonder.
Pyramids are surprising to us nowadays, let alone back then as well.
War in Europe, the French Republic faces one last remaining enemy: Great Britain.
We will forever stand
The conquest of
as a
Egypt
thorn in
will
the
strike
side
a
of France's
powerful
arse.
blow against the British, disrupting their trade in the eastern Mediterranean and threatening their connections to India and the East.
Oh.
These profitable trade networks help fuel the British war effort. What's more,
We'll go around the
it
other
will
way, can't we?
extend France's revolutionary, civilizing mission
Don't
to
know,
the
was
people of
Columbus about
Egypt,
here?
liberating them from superstition and feudalism.
That looks incredible.
That does look incredible.
I'd much
France's
rather that than
corrupt
a
and
council
avaricious
estate.
government, the Directory, sees two further benefits from the campaign: the opportunity to acquire tremendous riches, and to get the alarmingly popular and ambitious General Bonaparte
Fuck are they
far
wearing
away
on their
from
heads?
Paris,
They're
where
Ottomans.
plots and coups are never far from
Like,
anyone's
it's
mind.
like traditional headwear, isn't it?
Yeah, but fuck me, that's flamboyant.
That's a fucking big word for you. Well done. I think you used it right as well. Like, that was very well done, Jack. A star. A star.
Come on.
Let us know if we should start getting Jack stars, so I can start just there you go. There's your star for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are very flamboyant. Yeah, I agree.
Napoleon is thrilled by
too
the
early for your
expedition.
shit.
He has done much to promote and organize himself. It is a chance to win fresh glory and to walk in the footsteps of his heroes, Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great.
Two great
Like
fucking
Alexander,
historical
Napoleon even has fanciful
figures.
notions of marching on to India to attack the British there. Europe is a molehill, he had told his secretary, Bourrienne. We must set off for the Orient. That is where all the greatest glory has been achieved.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
But the Mediterranean is dangerous
Yeah.
water for the French. While the Republic's armies have won great victories on land, Britain has cemented its status as the dominant naval power of the age, with decisive victories over French allies, the Spanish at Cape St. Vincent and the Dutch at Camperdown. Rear Admiral Sir Horatio Nelson and his squadron of 14 ships of the line now prowl the Mediterranean. Nelson knows a large French fleet has just left Toulon.
Okay. What's he gonna do?
But
What's
does
Nelson
not know
gonna do,
its
guys?
destination, which remains a closely guarded secret.
Nice. Something that was kept secret.
Undetected, the French expedition sails south along the Italian coast.
Okay. That's
On
smart.
the 9th of June, it arrives off Malta. the island is ruled by the Knights of St. John, a religious military order dating back to the Crusades. But the French have decided that they want it for a naval base, and a thorn in the side of the British. In 1565, the Knights had famously held out against a vast Ottoman army for 3 months.
Wow.
Now, despised by the locals, divided amongst themselves, the Knights surrender to Napoleon in just 2 days.
Shows you how the tides can turn if you don't have the populace behind your back.
I guess so. I mean, for 3 months being holding off, and then Napoleon rocks up, and within 2 days you're like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, because after so let's say they won that last one,
Yeah.
and after the last 3 years they've treated them bad, and
Yeah,
like
it's
so on and so
just
forth,
shit,
and there's been like civil wars or popular unrest and so on and so forth. That this time they just weren't able to hold it for 2 days. Do you know what I mean? After one day they looked around and they saw people like getting their fucking daggers out ready to stab these people and hand them over to
Just
Napoleon.
imagine looking over the walls and see a bloke polishing his cannon.
No. It was the other way around. I reckon it was the people inside were starting to sharpen up their knives, going, well, they only want you, so we're gonna kill you, hand you over to Napoleon, surrender. And this guy's probably gone, I see those knives, Napoleon, Napoleon, ciao, cell, please.
During his 6 days in Malta, Napoleon overhauls its archaic government, establishes schools, abolishes slavery, and requisitions money and supplies.
In 6 days?
In 6 days. Fucking Napoleon.
Egypt,
On the 7th day he
leaving
rested.
General Vaubois and a 5,000-strong garrison.
He's not a fucking god.
To hold the island. But where is the Royal Navy?
Yeah, I was just about
Back
to
in
say
May,
that.
Nelson's squadron had been dispersed by gales. He has now regrouped, correctly guessed Napoleon's destination, and is racing to intercept.
Right,
If he can catch the French, British seamanship and gunnery all but guarantee the destruction of Napoleon's fleet.
Yeah. Are they cutting through?
Yeah, they're cutting
Break through.
Looks like they've got to go round.
On the night of
Nope.
the 22nd, Nelson's squadron passes within a few miles of the French fleet. But thanks to heavy fog and darkness, neither side is even aware of the other's presence.
That's some slick
That
shit.
shows, that's
To Alexandria,
coincidence.
where they find no sign of the French.
Oh my god.
An exasperated Nelson waits 24 hours before heading north to continue his search.
Oh,
The first of Napoleon's ships arrive off Alexandria.
bro. He got there too quick.
He got there too quick. He
was
was
like,
too
"Boys,
quick.
move!
And we were like, okay, sir.
Aye, Captain.
Aye,
You got
Captain.
there so quick, you had a day there to rest and be like, shit, we're at the wrong yard. Move. And hours later,
They turn up.
fucking first man pulls up. Bro.
Yeah, man. You can only hope that there's a British guy who, like, fucking was at the docks as the ship was flying away going, you forgot the tea bags. Sees the French ones are like,
Oh no.
Raven!
I want to know if he finds out that he missed them by hours.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, surely.
Must do. Let's have a little look and see. Oh, soldiers, you are about to undertake a conquest whose effects on the civilization and trade. I tried.
Napoleon, aware that British warships are in the area, wants to disembark as quickly as possible.
Of course they do.
5,000 French infantry go ashore at night, storm Alexandria the next morning, and quickly overpower its garrison. The rest of the French army lands safely.
Fucking hell.
You smart
Napoleon
bastard.
has brought 38,000 troops to Egypt, mostly veterans of the Army of Italy.
Wow.
Yeah.
The 5 infantry divisions are commanded by Generals Bon, Desaix, Kleber, Menou, and Renier.
Oh,
The
no one we
single
know.
cavalry division is led by the towering figure of Thomas Alexandre Dumas.
Okay.
He is France's first black general.
Oh,
born
go on,
in
lad.
what's now Haiti, to a French aristocrat and enslaved African woman.
Oh, okay.
He has already won fame for his actions in Italy, where the Austrians had nicknamed him the Black Devil. More familiar faces from Italy.
I feel like he'd be
Napoleon's
high
chief of
ranking.
staff, the indefatigable
Yeah.
General Berthier,
Nice.
and brigade commanders Generals Murat, Lannes,
Mora.
and Marmont.
Okay. Okay, Lan and Mom.
The army is also accompanied by 167 scientists, scholars, artists, and assorted experts, even a hot air balloonist. Collectively, they are known as the savants, and have come to study Egypt's historical and natural wonders.
I like that.
But they
It reminds me of not many people are going to get this reference, but the Warhammer 40k universe, there was a war in the 30k year period where the Emperor's sons fought against each other, but just before they fought against each other and they went out, he was basically trying to connect all the worlds with humans on them. And when he sent his forces out, which were all the legions used to have these I can't remember what they were called, but basically these humans that were on the ships, that were artists, higher ups, acrobacies, and so on and so forth. And the whole purpose was they went around and they writ and drew art of all the worlds and everything they saw, that so they could have history and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's interesting that he sort of sent those people along. Yeah.
But it's good to know that he's done that as well. It's kind of
It's
I like it,
interesting,
yeah.
yeah. But then you're taking
why
advantage
he's
of
there is a
war
different story.
as well, yeah.
Napoleon
interesting.
find Alexandria a bitter disappointment. The fabled city of antiquity, founded by Alexander himself, has been reduced by centuries of earthquakes and neglect to a ramshackle town of 6,000 inhabitants. Egypt is nominally ruled by the Ottoman Empire.
Yep.
In reality, power lies with local Mamluk warlords.
Who just
Two
pay.
in particular,
Oh, Mamluks.
Murad Bey and Ibrahim Bey.
I remember them from a solo reaction.
Mamluks were originally slave soldiers who once served the Islamic Caliphate.
Ended up
Superb
becoming the
horsemen
caliphate.
and fearless warriors, they now rule Egypt with an iron fist, expropriating its wealth and leaving its peasants in poverty.
They also gave the Mongols a run for their money.
really.
Yeah, like one of the only Islamic forces that really knew how to fight against them and knew their tactics. So like, don't meet them out on a field of battle, sit in your castle, don't get lured into traps. They just knew it all. Like they were smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To most Egyptians, they are despised foreign overlords, a situation that Napoleon hopes to exploit with clever propaganda.
Get them
To
to
the
switch
people of
to his
Egypt,
side.
he proclaims, "I am come to restore your rights and punish usurpers. I reverence God, his prophet, and the Quran."
Okay.
Meanwhile, Murad and Ibrahim summon Mamluk warlords to the Al-Azhar Mosque in Cairo. Here, they agree to gather an army to crush the invaders. Napoleon believes his best option is to strike quickly. Less than a day after his troops finish landing, he begins his advance on Cairo. But he misjudges the blistering climate and the barren, windswept landscape.
Napoleon.
He forces the pace, even after his men run out of water and are consumed by thirst.
I don't know, it's just me, man. I've not been to the desert, but if someone told me I had a mission in the desert, I'd be like, yo, when does the mission start? 2 weeks from now? Sweet. Someone go send me over there for a week. I need to get an idea of what it is I'm going to be
Yeah,
dealing
you
with.
can't just. You shouldn't have rushed into that.
No, I would have gone myself or something. I don't know. You need some kind of familiarity with the environment that you're about to deal with. Like, you need to go live in it for like a few days at least. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I see you. You haven't liked the video yet. Why not? Go on, go like it. While you're at it, you know you want to subscribe. And if you want to go to our social medias, all the links you need are in the description box down below. And you might as well head over to our Patreon as well, where you can get extra bonus content if you're enjoying this. That link's in the description box down below. But we'll get straight back into the video. Love you guys.
Hundreds collapse and die. A few kill themselves to escape the suffering. Bedouin horsemen circle the French like vultures. Stragglers that fall into their hands are robbed, tortured, and killed.
Oh my god. It's literally having human
Even
vultures
old comrades like
surrounding
Lannes
you.
and Murat are involved in heated conversations about Napoleon's decision-making.
Oh! Lannes and
The army
Murat.
takes 4 days to cover the 45 miles to Damanhur, where mercifully they're able to rest, drink, and trade for food.
How many men have you lost?
It's not a moment too soon. News
many has he
arrives
lost?
that a large force of Mamluks under Murad Bey is approaching from the southeast.
Okay.
The French advance to meet them at Shubrahit, on the banks of the Nile. As 4,000 Mamluk horsemen come into view, the French marvel at their brightly coloured outfits, embellished with gold and jewels, and their many ornate weapons, including pistols, swords, daggers, and lances.
But are they
Murad
prepared
boasts
for
that
a
he will sever Frenchmen's
modern day
heads
fight?
like slicing watermelons in a
Do you know what I mean?
field.
I'm just.
But for all their bravado and panache, the Mamluks have neither the discipline nor tactics
That's what I'm
to
saying.
face a trained modern army.
There we go. They
When
look fancy,
Napoleon forms
but
his troops into giant squares, the Mamluk cavalry can only circle impotently, unable to break through the walls of French bayonets. Scores are shot from the saddle. After 2 hours, the Mamluks call off their attack and retreat.
just got
They
absolutely
have
fucking
suffered around
wrecked.
1,000 casualties. The French have scarcely lost a man. The victory is a much needed.
Seeing them incoming's like defense formations, and they're just
You've
like
come in-
hold.
You've come in like, oh mate, yeah, you're coming into our land. We're going to mash you up. This is our shit. This is our shit, gentlemen. Square formation.
Yeah, that's it. And they just look and they're like, what do these fools think they're doing getting into
Do you think
squares?
20 minutes riding around the squares and just think, this is fucking pointless, surely. This is
So
fucking
this is what I'm saying.
pointless.
At first, they would have looked at it and gone, what are these fucking idiots doing getting into squares? Boys, go fuck them
Let's
up.
have them.
Right? And then after 20 minutes, they were like, Dave, I think they got into something here. I think they got a good idea, you know?
He stayed another 2 hours. He was there for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Mate,
yeah.
you just got laughed.
Yeah, man. The guy who said the attack goes ahead didn't want to stop the attack because he looked like a fool. That was what he was.
needed morale boost for Napoleon's men after the
Yeah.
hardships of the desert.
Yep.
Definitely.
The Mamluks fall back to Mbaba, a small town on the banks of the Nile, across the river from Cairo. Here, within sight of Egypt's fabled pyramids 9 miles to the south, they will face the invader with their full force.
Okay. I'll read it this time. Soldiers, fortified 40 centuries of history are looking down on you. Napoleon addresses to his army. The other one I had to fucking read quicker and in longer words, and I read it better than that one. Oh, that's a nice little animation here.
Showing you that it's fucking
On the
boiling.
sweltering afternoon of the 21st of July, Napoleon's forces
They all have
approach
sweaty bullets.
Mbaba. He has 25,000 men, organized into 5 giant divisional squares, with cavalry and baggage inside, and cannon at every corner.
Okay.
Murad, with characteristic boldness, has crossed to the west bank of the Nile, leaving Ibrahim behind. Their forces total many thousands, but sources disagree wildly on just how many.
Okay.
His elite Mamluk cavalry, 6,000 strong, are deployed between the small village of Biktil and the well-fortified town of Embeba, which is garrisoned by a mix of Ottoman infantry and peasant militia.
Oh, it just doesn't sound like it's going to go well already, does it,
Drive
Jack?
through the enemy centre and crush their right flank against the river. At 3:30 p.m, Desaix and Renier's divisions begin their advance. But as they move across the broken ground, their formation becomes disordered.
Ooh, strike.
Murad spots his chance
Yeah, you have
and
to.
unleashes his cavalry. The Mamluks thunder forward at lightning speed. Desaix and Renier react just in time
Nice.
and close ranks. The French hold their fire until the last moment, then unleash a devastating volley.
This cannon is hitting this square, right? That's not just me, right?
The survivors have no way to get to grips with the enemy, who continue pouring deadly fire into their midst. The Mamluks wheel back to regroup, but more charges meet the same result.
Just volley after volley.
Many Mamluks simply give up and flee the field. Napoleon orders the divisions of Bon and Vial to move forward. Once more, the Mamluk cavalry charge. Once more, the wave of horsemen shatters and
They're
French
good at
musketry
just getting on
and
time with
bayonets.
that.
With the enemy
Who's in the
cavalry
river?
broken, Bon
I don't
and
know, I think it's
Vial's men
Napoleon's
pour
forces.
into Embeba.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah.
It is a slaughter. Those who are not killed flee into the Nile, where hundreds drown.
And crocodiles are in there as well, in there.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Murad Bey escapes with the remnants of his cavalry to Giza,
Pussy.
from where he will withdraw to southern Egypt. Ibrahim Bey watches the calamity unfold across the river, then withdraws with his men back to Cairo.
He thinks he's going to be able to hold Cairo
It is
still.
a crushing, one-sided victory
How did
that takes just 2 hours.
It took 2 hours for him to slaughter them.
And after that 2 hours, like, I would have gone, right, we gotta go. You would have gone, right, what are we doing in Cairo? Cairo? Did you just see what happened? Fuck that, mate. I'll go further than that. We're
We're going to
gone.
Russia.
See ya. Bye-bye. Like,
Fucking hell.
I'm not dealing with that. They can have Cairo. They've just fucked us up.
Completely mashed it.
The Mamluks suffer more than 5,000 casualties,
Oh dear.
with heavy losses among their elite cavalry and leadership. French losses are less than 300.
A good
Napoleon,
defense
with
is a
his
good
usual
offense.
flair for the arm, decides this great victory will be known as the Battle of the Pyramids, just in sight to the south.
Beautiful.
That is fucking
On the
sick.
24th of July, Napoleon enters Cairo. Parts of the city are abandoned and in ashes after being torched by the Mamluks in their frantic withdrawal.
Wow.
Napoleon
Shit.
observes it would be difficult to find a richer land and a more wretched, ignorant, and brutish people. Nonetheless, Cairo is the heart of Egypt, a city of 600,000 inhabitants, and is in French hands. With the Mamluks scattered and on the run, Napoleon's dream of eastern conquest seems about to be realized. Just 8 days later, the dream is shattered.
Here we come. Victory is not a name strong enough for such a scene. Rear Admiral Sir Haruto.
At sea, Nelson and the British Mediterranean Squadron have not given up their hunt for the French fleet.
Oh no.
Finally, on the afternoon of the 1st of August, Nelson finds the French sheltering in Aboukir Bay. With 14 ships of the line against 13, he decides to attack that evening. The
We're British and we have one more.
complete and
Good enough for me.
stunning victory. The giant French flagship L'Orient is destroyed in a massive explosion.
Yep. We said, oh, that's your vessel, Napoleon.
By the time
Goodbye.
it's over, the British have destroyed or captured 11 French ships of the line and taken more than 3,000 prisoners. With no fleet, Napoleon is stranded in Egypt. What's more, most of his army's cash has gone down with L'Orient.
That's
But
the big
Napoleon
one.
does not despair. If anything, he is invigorated by the crisis. His options are now simple. He and his army must support themselves in this foreign land, or perish.
Okay.
Fair play.
Right.
Fair play. You've got
While
to do it.
General
Yeah.
Desaix is
How
sent
you-
south
how are you
in
going
pursuit
to?
of Murad Bey, Napoleon sets about reforming the administration of Egypt. The old feudal system is abolished. A postal service and hospitals are set up,
Nice.
and a new tax system introduced.
Why not?
Napoleon establishes the Institute of Egypt for scientific and scholarly research. He shows great interest in and respect for Islam, funding the construction of mosques and encouraging the observance of religious festivals.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Such engagement
Accommodating.
later leads to rumors that Napoleon actually converted to Islam. But it is merely a tactic to curry local favor.
I see.
Napoleon also grapples with news that his wife, Josephine, has resumed her affair with an ex-lover. It is, he's told, common knowledge amongst Paris society. He consoles himself with affairs of his own, including one with an officer's wife.
Oh, you scumbag.
All the while, French efforts to
Scumbag.
win over the local population are failing. Most Egyptians see only foreign occupiers and infidels. The situation is already at boiling
What's going to
point.
happen then?
At least
Minor
they didn't rob
revolts
half of
break
their
out
stuff like
across
the
the
British
Nile
did.
Delta, which are
Yes.
brutally suppressed
Alright,
by
for
the
the
French.
museum. It's
Then
paper
in
purposes.
September, in Constantinople, Sultan Selim III declares a holy war against the French.
Oh,
Now,
no.
the situation in Egypt
Yep.
is about to explode.
Let all those who believe that there is but one God take themselves to the Al-Qasar Mosque. I've butchered that. For today is the day
Cairo,
we've...
21st of October,
Good enough.
I butchered that name, I
1798.
do apologise.
General Dupuy, Cairo's military governor, is called out to break up a disturbance. He finds the locals erecting barricades, is set upon and killed.
Oh, he's dead. Shit.
Soon the whole city is up in arms. The French fight back with ruthless discipline and crush the revolt. Some 300 French soldiers are killed, alongside several thousand
Jesus
Egyptians.
got out of the bath.
Napoleon ostentatiously pardons the ringleaders, while quietly telling Berthier that every rioter caught with a weapon is to be beheaded and thrown into the Nile.
Ringleaders get away with
French
it,
have
but
bloodily reasserted control.
No, but he's holding him on
in
the
Cairo.
side. He was just like, anyone caught
But it
with
is
him,
clear
oh yeah, yeah.
fuck 'em up.
Napoleon will never win the hearts and minds of the Egyptians.
No, but he still conquered it for a while.
The next few months see the French languish in Cairo. There is limited communication with France, much homesickness, and a dwindling supply of
Yeah, I'd
stores,
imagine it's getting dire.
ammunition, and wine.
The wine.
The wine.
There is also an
Any
outbreak
wine.
of bubonic plague,
Oh,
which torments the army and further thins its ranks.
Oh, that's big.
oh, that's so dead.
The only action is in the south, where General Desaix's column, 2,800 men, pursue Murad Bey deep into Upper Egypt.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
I don't know about
In
that.
this epic chase, one officer distinguishes himself,
Murat.
a 28-year-old cavalry brigadier named
Murat.
Louis
Oh, no.
Nicolas Davout.
Oh, devout. Okay.
On the 22nd of January 1799, he and Desaix inflict a serious defeat on Murad Bey, scattering his remaining forces. Murad himself escapes and remains at large. But such military victories do little to change the outlook for Napoleon's expedition.
So what's he gonna do?
They remain 1,600 miles from
Yeah,
front,
how's he getting back?
with no
Yeah, I don't
prospect
know.
of reinforcements
There is
or
one
getting
ship
home.
left.
Napoleon
Yeah, but he's got the
briefly
Navy
puts his
blocking
hopes
him in.
on a
Yeah.
diplomatic solution. France's foreign minister, the brilliant, urbane and slippery Charles Maurice de Talleyrand, had been an early supporter of the Egyptian expedition.
How's he
He's
gonna
assured Napoleon that he
slippery his
will
way out of
personally
this, though?
travel to Constantinople to smooth relations with the Sultan and win Egypt for France.
Is he going to make it there?
But Talleyrand never leaves Paris. The Sultan remains furious at France's attack on his Egyptian province. There is to be no negotiation, and
Talleyrand's gotta go, brother. After that, if I ever get in power, Talleyrand's gotta go.
Come and talk about this.
Yeah, brother. Like, I get power. I'm like, Talleyrand, your stuff packed. You gone?
Nah, his wife didn't want to leave him. His wife just took her dress off and got in the
no
tub.
compromise.
I don't care.
Orders have gone out to every corner of the Ottoman Empire to raise troops to drive out the French invader.
It's a holy war,
Napoleon's
Jack.
position looks more
Islam.
desperate than it's ever been. His troops cut off, disease-ridden, in the midst of a hostile population. He will respond in the way that seems obvious to him, as it would to his hero Alexander. He will attack.
Yes. And we will find out in
One
the
of the
next
most
episode, I
important
assume.
skills for any historian is to be able to critically evaluate sources of information. Who's sharing it, why, and what's their bias? Napoleon himself,
Yeah.
for example, was a notoriously unreliable narrator of his own life. Today, we need these critical skills just to navigate
It
the
is all adverts, so we're assuming that there's going to be another episode in a few weeks' time.
That was very interesting.
I
I did
liked
enjoy
it.
that. And
Yeah.
literally just before we watched this video, we were talking about the Napoleon film.
Yeah, man.
And about the Egypt situation.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to learn more about this. I'm going to see... I'll be interested to see how he gets out of Egypt.
Yeah, I'm looking
Because
forward
now he's
to...
shafted.
I'm glad it's not just one episode. I'm looking forward to
Yes.
seeing what happens.
Yes.
Nice little cliffhanger. We liked it. We hope you guys did. If you haven't already, head over to Epic History's channel. Like, comment, subscribe to their channel. The link's in the description box down below. If you enjoyed our reaction, looking forward to future reactions, you know what you need to do. You need to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will catch you in the next video.
See you later, guys.